Hey guys, it's Julie. As you've been aware, we're doing our Tuesday tips and really focusing on charities. And today is one near and dear to my heart, here with my good friend Jamie Derosier and of course Aubriella, right? And if you followed my Facebook page, you know of Jamie and her son Bryce, who we lost earlier this year. And so this mom has turned this heartache into action.
When Bryce was passing, I knew something was going to have to be made of the legacy that he was already starting before he was passing. And his life was already meaning so much to so many, especially us. But the amount of love that we had for this little boy could not be captured in just, ending on July 2nd when we said our final goodbyes to him. It had to grow and it had to be bigger and it had to make a mark on this world because that's who he was. So what happened was that I just knew something was gonna happen, and I used to speak to Bryce at night and say, I'm going to do something with this Brycey and I don't know what it is, but bring it to me, buddy, and guide me, and when it's right it will happen, and when it's meant to be, it will be. And I just knew it was gonna happen and it was gonna be organic, and I just didn't know how.
So now we have Nice4Bryce. And what does that mean? Really? Yeah.
So Nice4Bryce means exactly what he was doing already. So when we were in the hospital, all these people came out of everywhere and anywhere to do nice, kind acts for us. And when they ran out of stuff to do for us, they started doing for each other. And they started to do that in honor of Bryce. And we started to see this movement that was like no other. And it started to show you that the human kindness in people was still there, and that the sense of community was still there that people might have thought was forgotten. And I want that to still be there. And that's what Bryce showed you, is that when people think that sense of community and that the sense of, hi, big wild child, that when you're really in the thick of it, people will show up. And that's what I want the Kindness Project to be. I want you to think when you're in that hospital and you're sitting there and you're thinking you're all alone, that the Kindness Project will wrap their arms around you and show you you're not, and that they'll show up when you need it the most. So we were blessed by having so many people do that for us. And I just know that Bryce wants us to wrap our arms.
Right now to keep going, yeah. So Jamie, your Nice4Bryce is, sponsored is probably not the right word, but you've teamed up with Mitoaction, which is a direct support of children and adults with mitochondrial disease.
Yes, and the average person that has mitochondrial disease stays in the hospital 4 times more a year than an average person. Yeah. So think about their lives. Every 3 months they're staying in the hospital.
And that's parking passes, that's meals,
that's time away from work, that's time away from life, that's interruption, that's your job giving you hassle for leaving work, that's interruption, that's a lot of, there's a lot of compassion for people, but there's a lot of misunderstanding of this disease, and there's a lot of not understanding what low energy means and not knowing the ins and outs of Mito, and I don't know it all either, and I'm no expert, but I'm learning every day, and I'm also learning as I go with my own daughter, and I learned a lot through my son Bryce. But I'm watching these families struggle, and I'm watching myself on the side, knowing I need to do something to make a difference, to make awareness, and to make an impact, because that's what the Kindness Project is about. It's not only about kindness, it's about giving back to the community and making awareness so that these families can have the best quality life. That's what it's really about. Give them the best quality life. Even if it's a struggle for them, let them feel loved, supported, and compassion from people who understand their disease, and they can get through it feeling that support. That's what the Kindness Project is about.
Someone who's been in the
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So someone can buy a cape,
yes,
right? The Almighty Brycey cape. You can buy this cape, and proceeds will go to the Nice4Bryce Project, which again is with Mitoaction, and it talks about doing something nice. So you take a picture of yourself doing your nice action, and along the way you're supporting an amazing cause, both doing something kind, putting that out there, supporting Mitoaction, which is obviously so near and dear to our hearts. So Jamie, thank you so much for sharing your cause. If you need information on where to get your cape, simply look on your screen, and we are happy to help you support. Thanks so much.